Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire. We will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Chevrolet Everyday Heroes Come Home is brought to you by the Oklahoma Chevy Team Dealers. Find new roads. Also brought to you by Wells Fargo. Welcome back to this special edition of Chevrolet Everyday Heroes Come Home. Over the course of the last decade, many of our troops have seen heavy combat action and returned home with serious injuries. For those who survived the atrocities of war, moving on to the next chapter can be an overwhelming proposition. Former Staff Sergeant Brian Wofford was medically retired due to injuries suffered during his last deployment in 2007. His story never fails to inspire those who come across his path. He is a Chevrolet Everyday Hero, and we take a closer look at his story now. For many Americans, the decision to join the armed forces is rooted in patriotism and family tradition. A shining example of that is Brian Wofford of McLeod, Oklahoma.
From a young age, I felt a real desire to serve my country and a real pride in country. So that was part of it. And then another big benefit was that I'm the youngest of three boys from a single mother family, and we didn't really have the financial ability for me to go to college and get an education.
Earlier this year, Brian was invited to Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark to throw out the first pitch at the Oklahoma City Redhawks game.
It's always nice to feel appreciated, and it's always nice to be shown that my sacrifice is appreciated by the people. And there's never a time when I've ever been upset about people thanking me for my service or anything like that. So it's pretty exciting.
There, he was honored as a Chevrolet Everyday Hero and presented the ceremonial key by the Military Warriors Support Foundation to a mortgage-free home donated by Wells Fargo. It was a fitting tribute to one of our country's bravest soldiers. Chevrolet Everyday Heroes Come Home is brought to you by the Oklahoma Chevy Team Dealers. Find new roads. With the need of support for our troops at an all-time high, many of our wounded heroes need assistance with housing. In 2007, the Military Warriors Support Foundation was established to help bridge the gap between the battlefield and the home front. The Homes for Wounded Heroes and Homes for Gold Star programs assist our combat wounded and the spouses of the fallen. Many of our troops are retiring with injuries that make supporting a family a difficult and overwhelming challenge. That's the focus of today's Chevy Spotlight. The Military Warriors Support Foundation is a nonprofit organization that has emerged as a leader in the assistance of helping our wounded veterans with housing when they return home. Over the past 7 years, their Homes for Wounded Heroes program has awarded hundreds of homes across the country. Retired Lieutenant General Leroy Sisko founded the organization in 2007 and has worked tirelessly to make the transition from the battlefield to the home front a seamless one.
We have these incredible financial institutions. We have, everybody working their hearts out to do this for these heroes. I've never seen anything affect so many people so quickly, and I've had spouse after spouse after spouse say, what y'all have done has changed my husband.
The Military Warrior Support Foundation, they've changed my life. Like I said, I didn't know where I was going. My injuries have kept me from sustaining a job. And the fact that this home was awarded, it takes a huge weight off my shoulders. I know my kids are gonna have a place to live. It's just something I don't know how to return the favor, but I'm absolutely grateful, and they've changed my life.
Homes have been presented at high-profile venues that include the new McLean Stadium at Baylor University, Minute Maid Park in Houston, and the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Fans have shown these heroes tremendous support, and for the heroes themselves, the experience is a fitting tribute to all of the time spent serving our country.
It was probably the best thing ever because I was able to bring out my family because they've suffered as much as I have. And to be recognized alongside me was the best thing that's ever happened.
The Warrior Support Foundation has changed my life in a lot of ways that I would have never imagined. For one, I never thought I would be blessed with a home like the home they've given me. The opportunity to say I have a home. Especially my kids, after PCSing so many times and finally getting home, knowing that I'm out of service, they know for a fact that that's home. That's something where we're going to be staying for a long time, and they don't have to worry about meeting new kids, going to different schools. And can I dream again? I can. I can dream again.
The Chevrolet Equinox is an IIHS top safety pick and offers up to 63.7 cubic feet of cargo space and a multi-flex sliding rear seat. There's plenty of space.
You know that playpen folds up, right?
Yeah, but then you gotta unfold it.
Whether you need it or not.
Right now, take advantage of Chevy's military discount. That's on top of most current offers. See your Oklahoma Chevy team dealer.